So Ritika asks a question that leads me to the second part of this conversation, which is, and I would really like, Sanjay, you to take a stab at this question, and maybe Apul, you can also talk about it. The question is, will social distancing also distance human emotions? And the reason I pick up Sanjay and Apul for this is not for any other reason, but because Sanjay, you spoke about connecting with purpose. And Apul, you spoke about connecting with empathy. And what you miss most is meeting your team members. So I think this would be a question that would be that you probably guys could look at. Will social distancing also distance human emotions?
So, Vikas, you spoke about purpose, right? I think if you give me a minute, I'll like to elaborate a bit on purpose here. There's a very nice incident which happened while we were in the journey of defining our purpose at Hyatt. And we were looking, there's a very important word which came up some time back, which was empathy. Now, if you look at empathy, that leads to actually purpose. And we said, okay, what is empathy and how do you define empathy so that, it can lead to your purpose? So we were doing all these empathy interviews or speaking to our associates, our customers, and a varied set of people. So one of our associates came up with this saying that I don't need to know you to serve you, but I need to know you to care for you. So there is where the differentiation was made that, if I talk to you, if I engage with you, I would have the ability to care for you more. And that led us to our purpose, which was we care for people so that they can be their best. Now, how do you now map it with technology? Now, when all of you go to our hotels and various other hotels too, there is where technology helps us in seeing what you like, what happened at the previous hotel or something else which happened. And that gives us the ability that when you go to the next destination, the technologies allows us to care for you more. So empathy actually leads to technology and technology leads to care. I'm just connecting those dots here. It's a very different perspective. But during this conversation, this thought came that, yeah, it is actually we unknowingly, and we don't even realize this, but this happens, right? Now, coming back to your question the question there from the audience about social distancing, I think initially it would affect, but if you look at it, if you look at amongst ourselves, social distancing actually has brought us closer, right? We are away from our families, but earlier we would not keep in touch so much when we had the ability or the option to be close to them. But now when we started missing them, we want to be in contact more with them. So we are using all these digital and technological solutions to be in touch with them. And the missing of that has actually drawn us closer. Will this continue? Maybe not. But then we'll also have a better world as we go along, and hopefully we'll get over this virus shortly, and then we can be back together. But this has taught us, this social distancing has taught us the humane value which exists between relationships and between us, and how we need to really care for that and give a lot of importance to that, because it's one life, right? And it's a short life. So I would address it that way.
Thank you, Sanjay. That was extremely useful. How you connected purpose and technology. I like that bit about purpose, empathy, leading to care through technology. So that's great. Apul, your take quickly.
Yeah, so I completely agree with Sanjay. What has happened is that it's not social distancing. It is physically distant, but socially closer. That is the last 6 months of operation, which has done to us. What I miss is the physical distance, but socially, I am connected with my team probably much more frequently and perennially than in the pre-COVID kind of a world. So that I think is a very important part. The mental well-being as well as health of people everywhere and anywhere is coming to the senior levels of management a lot faster than it was in the pre-COVID world. So you're able to actually do interventions and connect with the person a lot more frequently than was possible in the pre-COVID world.
Good point.
Vikas, I would just like to add one comment here, which is related to technology and related to what Sunjae said. I think it's very important. So I was checking into a hotel before the pre-COVID era I'm talking about. And at the reception, I didn't know the people there because this is the second or third time I'm coming into that hotel. And the receptionist, before giving any documents of mine or before even exchanging any cards, said, "Welcome back, Mr. Hazra." So I was slightly intrigued. How did she know my name without even looking at any of the documents? And since I am slightly inquisitive, I asked her, "So how did you find out my name?" So then she had to reveal that there is a camera on top of her, which is scanning my face and actually going through an AI system and pulling up my name as part of the records and saying that, that's the type of technology help you can get. So it's customized. I felt good because she knew my name when I checked in, even before exchanging any documents or passport or whatever it is. So that's the type of help technology provides. And there were a lot of questions on AI. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just talk about those because a lot of people who have logged in have asked about AI and what will happen to jobs and all that stuff. So at Dell, we had done a survey last year in 2019 with IETF, Institute of the Future, it's called. And then clearly what happened was 3 different shifts came in. The first shift was the inclusive talent, and which says that human and machines partnership will continue and will be more equitable. It also says that, whatever jobs will be available in 2030, we can't even guess now, actually. It's that bad. So forget about training, forget about skilling, but we don't even know what jobs will be there. So the first is inclusive talent. Human and machine partnerships will create more equitable workplace by evaluating candidates based on the capability rather than gender, age, class. And 86% of Indian business leaders expect using new technologies to create equal opportunities by removing all the human bias decisions, right? The second is empowered workers. And this is where the robots and the AI systems will play a very big role. XR, I would say AR, VR. At Dell, for example, we are using augmented reality to help our service engineers to open up machines by pointing the camera, whether it's an Android or Apple camera, and that AR system actually goes back, fetches data from the backend, what needs to be looked at, how do you service the machine, and so on and so forth. So that's already happening, and it's happening in a very big way. So earlier we used to depend on training of that engineer, go through several openings and closings, figure out troubleshooting and all that. Now the AR system will guide you to do that. So it will coexist. Whatever we are calling it will coexist. So AI fluency will become very, very important. I can give you a link of this paper. It's a very nice paper which we had published. Human capital will not be replaced by AI, but it will rather augment it. So those who are thinking that AI will take away jobs and all, it's not true, I would say, but it will just augment what you're doing today and help you become better workers in the workplace. And that we are seeing even today, right? So that's two bits about it, because there are a lot of questions on AI.